Scott Sloan Show at 700 WLW. Talk about scams before, the Nigerian money scam and internet scam, stuff like this. How about investment scams? Heather Wagenhals, radio show host, Unlock Your Wealth Radio, on the big one, 700 WLW. Heather, good morning.
Good morning.
When I see these ads for, gold, everyone wants to sell me gold. Now I'm starting to see silver ads as well. Is that legit? Should I be doing that kind of stuff?
Well, it depends if it meets with your portfolio, and it depends on who's proposing it to you.
So just buying it to buy, it's like, man, you know what? Some lunatic, I don't know, on AM radio told me to go buy a whole bunch of gold, buy like bars of gold, make my apartment complex look like Fort Knox or something like that. Seems to me it's kind of played out, isn't it?
You would think, but there's a sucker born every minute, as they say, which is the unfortunate part of it all. We're all looking to get rich. We're all looking for those winning lotto numbers. So it's easy for us to fall for a scam because we want to play into something like that. We have hope that that will happen to us.
Well, how do I know some of these people are selling are actually legitimate?
They very well could be, and there's simple ways to check those things out. Most of them do them under the guise of an investment house, especially if they're selling you gold certificates and things like that. Makes it real easy for you to verify it, because all you got to do is look it up with the SEC, and you can find out the investment companies. You can check their ratings. It's a simple few clicks of a mouse or a couple of phone calls that you can make to verify the legitimacy of an organization.
And you're good to go.
Yeah, the beauty is, risk is different from a scam. So you'll be able to determine whether or not it's a scam right away. Is the risk right for you? That's a whole nother story that you need to be speaking about with your investment advisor.
I've seen some ads, speaking to the ads for reverse mortgage. And my wife's a realtor. I've never really had that conversation with her, but I don't understand how that works. Is that on the up and up?
Well, they can be on the up and up. The problem is that they're so over-marketed. It's a specific tool designed for a specific individual. If you are an older person and you are interested in creating an income stream and your home is paid for, right, you can use a reverse mortgage, but you got to understand that they're going to pay you every month, and then at the term's expiration, they take your home. So if you have assets, if your home is something you want to pass on to your kids, like it's been in your family for generations, you wouldn't want to do a reverse mortgage. If you have financial obligations to another individual, you would not want to do that. The compression of morbidity has gone down so significantly that we're living longer. And if you and your spouse are living in the same home, it's not realistic to create an income stream because one of you may outlive the other significantly. And what are you going to do? Make them homeless?
Yeah, I'm 65. I get a 20-year reverse mortgage. Well, what if I live till I'm 87?
Oh, exactly. Well, you're moving in with your kids. So
I'm living in the garage. Can I reverse mortgage Heather the house and then just keep the garage?
Yeah, there you go.
Just in case it's like a bailout, or I'm not quite sure how that works. So those generally aren't a scam. What I'm generally in with these things, whether it's gold or that or the "I will buy your house" sign, I'm not sure what that's about either. Is there a commonality between all these things when you talk about financial fraud?
Yes, there's always a commonality, and that is you have to hurry up and get it done now or else. And it's the pressure that they put you on to make a decision now on the spot, and they're hoping that you're emotionally engaged. And what we know, and I write about this in my new book coming out next month, Cracking Your Money Code, is that, biologically we're set up to fail at long-term money management because our brain says instant gratification now. I want pleasure now, and I want to avoid pain. And if you tell me with just a few short dollars or strokes of my pen or clicks of my mouse that you're going to create an income stream or make me financially independent, I'm so there because biologically the brain just shuts off that reasonable decision-making process of that third brain that occurs when we are calm. We have all our faculties. But as soon as you get engaged and your body starts dumping adrenaline into your system, you can't think. You can't think straight, and you're just going to fall for it. So one of the keys is that we have to remain calm, and we have to be confident in the fact that no decision ever has to be made now.
Most investments occur over a long period of time, and that's good because it's counterintuitive. If everything you know about investing is, hey, you know what, you're in it for the long haul, not the short usually. Why would this be the exception? And now, I'll play devil's advocate here for a second, Heather Wagenhals from Unlock Your Wealth Radio. Is that, what about a Ponzi scheme? That's about, hey, give me your money. We keep feeding money into the beast. I'm showing you these fake returns. Isn't that the opposite?
Well, it is. And they play on the fact that they're sounding like they're a solid investment. And usually a Ponzi scheme occurs with someone in your familiarity. If you think about all the people that went down with Madoff, they were all Jewish people from his synagogue or other Jewish people that knew Jewish people. So he played within his circle of influence. Right. And so it can come from there, but you can't avoid doing due diligence. And my favorite comeback to any person that wants me to sign something and it has any legalese, whether or not you have one doesn't matter, but this is the best line. Well, let me show it to my attorney, and if he approves it, I'll ask my investment advisor if it's in line with my investment goals. Now, I might not have either one of them, but that'll put somebody right in their tracks cold. They may not even give you the documents that they want you to sign to have reviewed, and you'll be able to flush people real quick.
So if, let's say I do that and I'm savvy, and I have a financial advisor or a lawyer, and I show them this and they say that's a Ponzi scheme, do I then turn that over to the government? Do I get a reward for that? How's that work? Do I get money?
Wouldn't it be so simple? It would be great.
I think I should get something from the federal government. Oh, wait, they're shut down. Never mind.
I was just going to say, but I was just on the FTC website to see what was new, and of course, there's a single splash page that says, "You're welcome to file a Freedom of Information Act request. However, nobody's here to honor it." I mean, you can't even search their website.
It's I don't understand. Somebody explained this to me yesterday, but I don't understand, Heather, how, all right, we have websites here, and if the guy who maintains the website doesn't show up that day, unless it's like an e-commerce site, where's the cost when the government takes all the websites down? By just leaving them up there and not updating them, I don't understand how you're losing money. Why does it cost money to keep them up every day? It's already been made.
I mean, I guess
it's like taking down billboards. It'd be like if the government had billboards up and they said, well, the government shut down, we're taking all the billboards up. They already been printed, they're up. What the hell?
Well, you would think that would be the way it would go. But, of course, this is just one way for our current administration to shove it up our rear to say, okay, so not only am I going to, play these stupid games with all of this stuff, I'm going to make it extremely uncomfortable for you as an individual, a citizen of this country, to be able to function normally. I mean, that's all it's done. In my estimation, that's all it's designed for. Because you're right. They're already paying for the electricity to keep the servers running. So it's ridiculous to do something silly like that.
To think that we're going to have to shut down even I get it if it's interactive and there's got to be someone, okay, that I get processing and all that, but largely these are informational websites. They don't need to go down. But they're doing it to say, hey, look at the scope of the government. My God, this is why we're at war each side, Republican, Democrat, Democrat, Republican. Nothing's getting done. At the end of the day, I'll ask you this final question because you are a financial guru, Heather Wagenhals, and the short-term impact of this shutdown. Now, let's face it, somebody's going to cave in. It's going to happen. We're not going to go off the fiscal cliff. Neither side's going to allow that to happen. What do you think the consequences of this are?
I think it's just posturing because, every day something happens somewhere in the world with politics, and markets go one way or the other. And it doesn't matter if you lose money, if somebody else is paying attention to what they're doing, they're making money. So money's going to exchange hands, but nobody's going to die over this, and we're going to move on, and somebody's going to make money off of it. Somebody will.
Eventually somebody will, but as far as me losing my wealth, losing all my investments, that the markets are going to collapse, we're going to have upheaval, not in the cards.
I don't think so. And if the markets did go, remember, when markets tank, it's not a bad thing. Mm-hmm. All you need to do is remember it's a discount sale and it's time to go shopping.
Right, which is the whole point here, having you on to talk about, because any time that there's adversity, any time that there is an apocalyptic event looming on the horizon like this debt crisis nonsense, there's going to be some out there looking to exploit it, make money off it, and generally line their pockets and steal money from you, and it's a scam. Thanks again, Heather Wagenhals. Appreciate it.
My pleasure.